Welcome back to another explainer, everybody. I am absolutely pumped for this one today because we're taking a journey straight into the heart of the video game ecosystem. It doesn't matter what genre you play, from massive online battle arenas to cozy farming simulators. Every multiplayer game eventually evolves into its own tiny ecosystem, and they are all populated by the exact same player archetypes. So get ready because we are counting down the top 10 most recognizable player stereotypes in gaming. Press start. Which recognizable archetype are you? I really want you to keep this in the back of your mind as we go through this list. We've all got our habits, our little quirks, and honestly, our completely irrational gaming behaviors. By the time we hit number 1, I can pretty much guarantee you'll have caught yourself, or maybe your friends, guilty of at least a few of these.
Okay, let's dive into this countdown starting at rank 10, the Achievement Hunter. For these players, seeing the credits roll, that means absolutely nothing. They are hyper-focused on 100% completion, every single collectible, every hidden ending. If there's a digital trophy for mindlessly opening 500 doors, they will look you right in the eye and say, "Challenge accepted." They'll happily grind for 6 straight hours on the most obscure objective just to hear that sweet, sweet notification sound and watch the icon pop. Let's talk about their stats. Think of this like character stats, where every archetype has a buff and a nerf. The Achievement Hunter's buff is, without a doubt, their incredible dedication. I mean, you gotta respect the grind. But their ultimate nerf? They sometimes completely forget to actually enjoy the game. They end up treating it like a second job, just checking boxes on a spreadsheet rather than having actual fun. Moving right along to rank 9, meet the fashion expert, frequently found playing an intense game of Fashion Souls. To this player, whether they're in a deep tactical RPG or a fast-paced shooter, stats are completely irrelevant. Actually, scratch that. Stats are an insult. They live by one motto: stats are temporary, drip is forever. They'll spend way more time in the character customization menus than they ever do fighting the game's actual enemies. This brilliantly illustrates the ultimate gamer sacrifice. The buff is obvious, right? They always look absolutely legendary in every cutscene. The camera pans over and they look like $1,000,000. The nerf, however, is that they're gonna repeatedly die in boss fights because they willingly gave up high-tier armor just to wear a super stylish hat with 0 defense. Worth it? Oh, to them, absolutely. All right, let's move to rank 8 and see how this builds our ecosystem. Enter the Lore Scholar. Come on, you know this player. You pick up a rusty sword and they instantly hop on voice chat like, well, actually, this sword belonged to the 3rd Emperor during the Crimson Rebellion. They have read every single item description. They've analyzed every hidden journal scattered across the map. They legitimately know more about this fictional video game history than they do about actual real-world history. Their buff is that they genuinely make every game's universe richer for everyone playing with them. They really bring the world to life. But that massive brain comes with a really heavy nerf. They are walking spoiler machines. Because they connect all the dots like 3 hours before the story actually reveals them, they constantly and accidentally spoil massive plot twists during casual conversation. Coming in hot at rank 7, we've got the complete opposite of the fashion expert, the min-maxer. For these guys, efficiency isn't just a goal, it's a religion. They haven't even finished the tutorial yet, and they already know the optimal skill trees, the best weapons, and the absolute fastest routing. They're the ones telling you, I calculated that this build increases damage by exactly 2.8%. To a min-maxer, fun isn't measured in smiles. Nope, it's measured strictly in damage per second. So the crucial point is the extreme trade-off here. The buff? They are exceptionally, almost terrifyingly effective. If you need a boss melted in 10 seconds flat, you call the min-maxer. But the nerf is a big one. By turning a vibrant, creative video game into a giant mathematical equation, they sometimes optimize the actual fun completely out of the experience. At rank 6, we have the free spirit of the gaming world, the Explorer. The world is burning, the princess desperately needs saving, the main quest icon is flashing red, and the Explorer is looking the exact opposite way, going, I wonder what's behind that mountain. They wander into random caves, spend hours jumping against sheer cliffs just to see if they can climb them, and inevitably end up in unfinished map areas the developers were certain nobody would ever find. As an explorer, their undeniable buff is their knack for discovering amazing, hidden secrets that the rest of us just run right past. Their nerf? Well, it's pretty extreme. They'll proudly tell you they're 80 hours into a brand new game, but they haven't actually completed the second story mission yet. The main villain doesn't even know they exist. All right, we gotta pick up the pace because at rank 5, we have the speedrunner.
Everything for this archetype is about going incredibly fast. While we're sitting there enjoying the scenery, they're looking at a timer thinking, man, that cutscene cost 18 seconds. They don't play the game, they break the game. They memorize frame-perfect glitches, impossible wall clips, and hyper-optimized shortcuts. This comes with a heavily skewed trade-off. The buff is their absolutely incredible mechanical skill. Their hand-eye coordination is just off the charts. But the nerf? Watching them play is like trying to read a foreign language at triple speed. Regular players looking at their screen have absolutely no idea what is happening as their character literally vibrates through a solid brick wall to skip half the game. Okay, things are getting sweaty at rank 4 with the tryhard. The freeze casual mode simply does not exist in their vocabulary. Doesn't matter if you're playing an unranked match on a random Tuesday night, to the tryhard, every single match is the championship finals at a major esports arena. They demand maximum effort, strict adherence to meta strategies, and absolute dead silent concentration. Now, what's really fascinating here is the social dynamic. The tryhard's buff is undeniably strong. They usually win. If you want to rank up, you definitely want them on your team. But their nerf is a major social penalty. They completely forget that everyone else in the lobby is just trying to relax and have a few laughs after a long day at work, which makes voice chat incredibly stressful.
Okay, before we hit the top 3, we have to fire off a lightning-fast combo multiplier of honorable mentions. We all know the camper waiting in the corner, the backseat gamer telling you exactly how to play, and the hoarder holding on to 99 health potions because, they might need them later. And don't forget the AFK player who just vanished, the support main carrying the entire team, the sniper who either never misses or never hits a single shot, the role player deep in character, the one more turn civ addict, and the collector who absolutely refuses to sell anything to a vendor. We salute you all. The whole shebang.
Entering the final boss stages now. At rank 3, the agent of pure chaos, the troll. They don't care about the objective. Their entire motto is basically, I'm not here to win, I'm here to create chaos. They're the ones actively blocking doorways so you can't escape, baiting their own teammates into traps, and using the most absurd, nonsensical strategies imaginable simply because they think it's hilarious. Balancing their stats is tricky. The troll's buff is their ability to create unforgettable viral moments. Honestly, some of your funniest gaming memories probably involve a troll. But the nerf is steep. When you actually want to win, they instantly become everyone's absolute least favorite teammate on the planet. At rank 2, we have the most dramatic player of them all, the rage quitter. All it takes is one unlucky death, one slightly missed shot, one teammate being a millisecond late. Suddenly you hear the infamous battle cry. This game is broken. The controller hits the couch, the game is forcibly closed, and they deliver a deeply emotional, tear-filled speech over voice chat about how the game mechanics are completely unbalanced before abruptly logging off. You gotta give them credit for their buff, though. Their passion is absolutely undeniable. They care so much. But that passion is a total double-edged sword, giving them a massive nerf. They are incredibly unreliable because they rarely, if ever, actually stick around to finish a losing match. And here we are, rank 1, the undisputed final boss of gaming stereotypes. The most universal archetype of them all, the button masher. It doesn't matter if it's a fighting game, a high-octane action game, or even a simple platformer. Their entire philosophy is perfectly summed up as, I don't know what I'm doing, but it's working. This is the very definition of pure chaos. This is the player who just presses every single button on the controller as fast as humanly possible. And the craziest part? It somehow works. Entirely by accident, sheer panic translates into them unleashing the most spectacular, high-level combos you've ever seen. We literally all started our gaming journeys here. And infuriatingly, these players still somehow manage to absolutely destroy highly experienced veterans. The final stat screen reveals the ultimate power. The button masher's buff is pure, unadulterated unpredictability. You cannot read their strategy because they don't even know their strategy. The nerf, of course, is that actual tactics are entirely replaced with just enthusiastic, panic-induced chaos. And that wraps up our ecosystem. The truth is, these stereotypes endure because they reflect how we all actually play. Most of us fit into multiple categories. One day you're a wandering explorer, and the next you're sweaty tryhard yelling about the meta. So as our arcade continue timer ticks down, let me leave you with this provocative thought. If you had to look at your gaming sessions from just this past week, honestly, which stereotype are you today? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.